Yes, it says I'm live. Well, hello, 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 hello. How many hellos was that? Now, am I saying good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day, and maybe to some of you, good night, wherever you are? This is Biz to Biz with Joy. Leaders leaving legacies. My name is Joy Ruffen, and my work is as a leadership and style consultant, a signature style specialist, speaker, executive producer, TV host, and podcasters. My friends, I know it's a lot, but trust me, it's all aligned, it's all connected. Now, this is a broadcast live streaming station that I'm channeling change. Not quite there, but it will come soon. And when it arrives, you will be tickled pink about it because it's something that my heart, my soul, the essence of me, it's needed, and you are going to love it. In the meantime, tonight, may I say welcome before I go any further? Sometimes I get so excited I forget to say welcome. Welcome to each and every one of you here now, and those of you who will come for the replay. I get engrossed, immersed in what I'm doing, and sometimes I forget, but never in my heart and soul. I might not speak the words, but you'll see it in my face now. Tonight is a conversation that I wanted to have for quite a while, and I love having this conversation with people who are open to really tuning in to the essence of what it is all about. And that is what everybody ought to know and understand and get the semantics of what control is all about and which is better, to control or to manage. And how do we go about that? It's a never-ending conversation. Would you agree? I think so. Now, for those of you who don't know me, one of my favorite words, but with a big caveat, is power. It's so misused, so misconstrued, the meaning of what it's all about, that I want to share a little bit about that and everything else with you tonight. Thank you for being here. I never, ever want to forget to say thank you. But before I get going here, lately I've started this and I rather like it. I hope you do as well. I start off with a quote that connects and relates to the title, the topic of what we'll be talking about. Well, what everybody ought to know about control. Which is better, to control or to manage? Well, this is something that, because of all of these phenomenal, fantastic, the majority of them, changes that are coming about, all of us who are in leadership, we really need to get the nuance of these two words. The semantics are important. So here's a quote that is by Alfred Lloyd Tennyson. Now, most people who are into are voracious readers who love reading and studying and poetry and life, personal development, and all of that. They know about this guy who's an iconic guy. He's been around since the beginning of time. He's no longer with us. Haven't been with us forever. Most of you know that. But here's what he had to say. And if you're not familiar, these are people I like to think that I'm planting seeds, food for thought, so to speak. So look him up and look at and read through much of his writings, his works. Here's what he had to say about this: self-reliance, self-knowledge, self-control, these three alone lead to sovereign power. Is that packed? Sovereign power. Talk a little bit later about power. Love the word power. I've always loved it, not really knowing and understanding. Now I've received my seed. I have my message, and I want to share it with you. Because this self-reverence, self-knowledge, self-control, self-love, self-confidence, self-esteem, self-worth, all of these selves, well, they go together. And if you're on your journey of discovery about you, they become major, they become prime, and it's something that you have with you all the time. So that's what he had to say. Back in the day, I ought to have looked up when. I think it was back in maybe the 1700s. I really don't know. I can't remember. Too much going on up here. And what I wanted to relate and tie into that, look him up. Go. I like to vet people and edify. So even though he's no longer with us, so many people, it really doesn't matter. Our assignment, if there's a seed of curiosity, and my prayer, my friends, is that you have, like me, insatiable curiosity. Curiosity killed the cat, but satisfaction brought it back. Has everybody heard of that? It's true. That was something that was said for me all during my upbringing years, so to speak, which never ends, Momsy and the family. But here's the other quote. And this connects and relates to what Alfred Lord Tennyson said, and for all of us who are in leadership. And this is said by Peter Drucker. Now, a lot of these people, when I go and get their quotes, I'm not that familiar with them. So then I go and do my research, sometimes before, most times after. The day is so busy and there's only so much time. But here's what Peter Drucker had to say in this quote. You cannot manage other people. You cannot manage other people unless you manage yourself first. Now, these are all quotes and sayings and mantras that many of us live by. Some of us don't. We're wanting to, getting into the thick of knowing how to, because it's really about leadership. And leadership, it begins with what I speak to all the time, know thyself. When that was said, who said Aristotle, Socrates, back in the day? By the way, I'm old-fashioned back in the day, old school, and happy to be. But never, ever underestimate my love for technology. That's why we're in the box here tonight, today, always. Most of us who are working online, it offers so much. There's a lot that it lacks, but it offers a lot. So the assignment is for you to kind of look into some of these people that I bring to you and see if they're going to have an impact for you. Because when we talk about control, here is what many people, my friends, many people, and this is why we're in the thick and embroiled, I use the right adjective, in much of what we're dealing with today. Not only in the political arena, in the family circle, in almost every circle. Because a lot of people think that control, being able to control, means power or gives you power. No, not at all. One of the people that I've run across and fell in love with, and if you don't know, I fall in love quickly. I don't fall out of love, but sometimes I can tend to disappear if something is lacking. But once I give my heart, I give my heart. I bet you're the same way. And usually I give it with a knowing that it's the right person to give it to. We're human. We make mistakes. That happens. Here's what this astrologer had to say. And I read this before. I read it over and over and over because it's so true. It's not about being powerful, because many people, again, think that control means that you have power. No, it doesn't. It doesn't mean that at all. And that's one of the reasons that I'm not really fond of. Doesn't mean that you have to be. I don't have to be right. Didn't come here to be right. I came here to discover my joy, the abundance and the freedom and the individuality of me and the integrity of me. I didn't come here to be right about everything and all things. In fact, most, not any. This person said that many people misconstrue the word power and powerful, F-U-L, when it's much better if you are power-filled, F-I-L-L-E-D. And this is why he said that. And this is what, for me tonight, sharing with you, I hope will resonate with you and that it will click. Because control doesn't mean that one has power. Get back to the quote by Tennyson and what Peter Drucker had to say. It's all about, and what we started off with, it's all about knowing you. Who are you? How are you here to be the best of the best of you and to serve others? And one of the things he said, that if you're interested in power, I am. I have no illusions about it yet. I'm beginning to get the nuances, the semantics of the word. Because he said, when you become power-filled, you become the conduit and the catalyst that becomes the channel that enables others to empower themselves. That's power. That's knowing how to manage you so that you can work with other people and manage what they're about that maybe relates and connects to you, but you're doing it in love with all and every essence of you. And a lot of times you'll be working with people who can't receive it, don't get it, don't understand it. That's our assignment, to know how and when to tap dance with different people, because people are different. We came here to be different. We didn't come here to be clones. This is what some aspects of technology is bringing in. Some of it good, some of it not. We have to learn how to decipher and establish what's best for us, and then we move forward. Leadership. A lot of people who are in leadership, whatever arena they're in, they think that being able to control situations means that they have power, that they're given the power. I started off by saying earlier that no matter how you use the word boss, and people say, oh, I have a good boss. I have the best boss. My boss is so kind. My boss is this. Semantics of words. And I want you to be thinking about them a wee bit more. We don't need bosses. I don't care what category they're in. We need leaders. We need people who are aligned with what I just shared with you about being power-filled. And especially the people, because everything trickles down from the top. That's been since the beginning of time, and it will be until the end of time. It trickles down from the top. So if you're in leadership, and this is why my assignment is to align with many different people, many different groups and categories. And I'm very fortunate because the 5 main groups, communities that I've aligned with, top of the line, upscale, honor, integrity, principles, there, no question. They're just embedded in that community. And these are the communities you want. In fact, I think what I'll do is make a list of these 5 great groups that I belong to, put it on my business page so that all of you, maybe if you're not aligned already or connected or members, you'll go join. No affiliation, no tie, just so that you can go and see. By the way, this is my website. You can go and peruse through it, get a little inkling to what Joy Ruffen is all about. And in conjunction with that, if you are here, do share out the video. Sharing is love. And we love it when you share out because it means that something was ignited or triggered in you, good, bad, or indifferent. I like to say so-so. But even so, the so-so needs to be shared as well. Never forget that. And then we'll go from there. If you are not a member, for females only, for ladies only, of my group, Leading Ladies Leaving Legacies, go and join. We need you there. We're looking for women in leadership, no matter what your area of expertise might be. We're building a community of women who support other women because it's our time. And once you do that, you'll begin to see all the really phenomenal, fantastic women who are a part of this group. And also, let me share with you this before I go further with my control and manage. I have started now to do in Facebook Live, because I was told that this, by the way, I love technology, but there's a lot that is on the table, left on the table by me. And I have, luckily, a lot of support around me, and they are always guiding me in the right direction. And when they guide me, I know if it's right. And this was a seed that was given to me that I bounced on, and I'm happy that I did. And I want to share this with you. Facebook Lives, I'm told, to just go out everywhere. So I'm starting now to do, Facebook does too, but it's a little bit different. Facebook Lives, I'm doing Joyful Mondays every Monday at 3 p.m. Current topics, any and everything. And everything for me, because of the work that I do, emanates, surrounds, and is involved somewhat with style. Whether you like style, style is method, manner, technique. It involves much more than just your outer appearance. So it evolves and evolves around style. That's every Monday, Facebook Live at 3. And then every third Wednesday of the month, every third Wednesday at 3 p.m., it'll be Communicate to Influence on my business page. All the links will be there. And we'll be talking about current topics and everything that has to do with language and communication and how you communicate, the intimacy of communication with all this technology that's somewhat lost. We'll cover everything over time. Everything, every good thing takes time. And then every 4th Friday of the month, every 4th Friday, they're all at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It'll be behind the scenes, behind the curtains. It'll be in my Facebook group, Leading Ladies Leaving Legacies. And it will be live, and I'm going to attempt to connect it with Zoom and invite you in. The link and all the information will be there. Come with your questions, anything, because that's my arena to dance in. And you know, if you don't know, you know now. I love to dance. Not the best dancer, but I love to dance. So therefore, come with your question and answers, because my expertise is in all about style and how you show up. I have a very strong sense of aesthetics. It has nothing to do with judgment. My friend gave this to me a couple of weeks ago, and I love it because I was searching for the right word, always searching for the right word. I have a great sense of discernment. I don't judge, but you see what you see and you know. And I'm having a contest. And that contest means that when you show up, invite 3 to 5 people. You put in your comment, I'll have your name, and then put in the initials of someone that you invited. And then at the end of the month, I will tally up. And here's the beauty, my friend. Not only will your featured guest that you brought in, who made a comment and left their comment, will they get the bonus free gift, which is my silver package, 3 weeks of style information, priceless, and 2 bonuses, and 3 videos telling you a little bit about me, how to utilize the free silver package. And if you have questions, oh, you will, good questions, then we can meet and connect. So it's well worth your making the investment to tune in at 3 o'clock every chance you get, and leave your comments and invite others to join you. So that's that for the contest. Now, that's every Monday at 3 p.m., every third Wednesday at 3 p.m., and every fourth Friday at 3 p.m. Facebook Lives. I'm starting to post it everywhere. And once you get the seed of this, it'll continue. Everything when it's an embryo, my friends, don't we all know this? It takes time to blossom and to grow. And one of the many gifts that I was given, sometimes, not all the time, is patience. So I can wait for things to blossom and to bud and grow. I want you to be thinking about that for you. Now, let's go back to the differences, the nuances, the semantics, really. Get to those dictionaries and get the understanding for you, because everybody takes things in differently. Somebody's understanding of control and managing and management will be different from yours. Take in what resonates with your soul and what's important and meaningful and impactful to you. And then you'll be on your road to leadership, because leadership is really all about not only how you encourage others, but the discovery of how you encourage others to the discovery of themselves. And that's why my work, I gave up the title of image consultant, because what I do is way beyond just image consulting. It's a signature style that's indelible to you, and it's all the nuances and the priceless information that most of us didn't get in our upbringing, especially women. And I work predominantly with women when it comes to style. And my attending the Fashion Institute of Technology, only when I left there and started to roam because of this insatiable curiosity that I have, and looking around, that I began to say, a lot of us really want to know more about, myself included, about how to show up. And showing up from the inside. What's within? How does it show up on the outside? Does it represent the heart and soul, the best of you? Because if you're in leadership, you are the premier guide, the premier messenger, the premier example of what people look to. Think about kids and a family and how the residual of everything that they see that's around them, they begin to copy, to mirror, to emulate it for themselves. Your assignment, my assignment, all of us in leadership, no matter what realm, arena you're in, is to be the best of you. And that's why my work with women who are second act, second chapter, midlife, who maybe have given up and say, what's the use? I don't care anymore. Spend all this money and I can never get the look. No, you can't, because the fashion industry, which I love, the entertainment industry, which I love, but it's all illusion. It's illusion, and we need that. But don't step into the bubble and stay in the bubble. Go, enjoy, look, listen, take in, but know you. And if that dress, that style, if it doesn't fit you, it doesn't fit you. Find out what's best for you, whatever category that might be, and then get the joy code, balance, harmony, and grace, and make it work for you. That's managing everything about you so that you show up as your best self all the time. The heart and the soul of you, because what does everybody want? Truth, love, beauty, integrity, honor, principles, all of that's attached. People want that sometimes not even knowing. So, how do you get to the best leadership abilities that are residing within you? You are your agency. You are, as I said before, you are the example. You are the guide and the messenger. People come to you to gather whatever it is. They're not even missing it. It's just been buried. And they want to awaken it. They want that seed that's within to open up and blossom because it's there. And we've all heard this, and it sounds so corny when you're still exploring, and maybe you're still dealing with a lot of that shame and anger and envy, and somehow that faith, hope, and belief has been put on the back burner because you don't know what it is, but something's missing. Well, nothing's missing except us getting to know who we are. Does it take time? Yes. Will it happen overnight? No. Every now and then it might appear that way, but you've done some work and you're still doing the work. And certain things begin to open. You begin to see and to embrace certain things. It becomes really a lot about getting to know you. That know thyself can never get tired because that's what it's about. And once you begin to get to know yourself, you don't want to control anybody. You really don't. You want to work with people and build a community, whatever work it is that you're doing, your family, your community, extended family, relatives, but you want to be able to manage you so that you get along with everybody. It's not about control. There's nothing wrong with control if it's done in love and you understand the semantics of the words. And that's why I'm asking you to really get to that dictionary and get the seeds of what it means to you, because it's not power. It really isn't. And most people mix the two together. They think, well, the control and the management, it kind of goes together. Not really. Because when you become that powerful person, know thyself, get to know who you are, and you begin to manage yourself, you really don't want to control anybody. You really don't. You want to love. You want to share the love that's within you. A lot of people won't be able to accept that love. They won't be able to embrace that love. They're not ready. They haven't received their assignment yet. They haven't gone inside, probed deep enough. If anything, the pandemic brought this to most of us who are in leadership today, that we have to go inside and get into the essence and the core of who we are. And once we begin to do that, we can acknowledge other people. We can feel the spirit of other people. And what's really beautiful about authentic leadership, when it's real, listen to this one, my friends. You want the best of the best for everyone that you come in contact. There's no envy. There's no jealousy. You don't copy and emulate. When they do something that's good, you celebrate them. You commend. You send them love and good cheer. And then if there's something that you can take from that helps and supports you, you do that. But you send them congratulations. That was great. You release. Here are two other words I spoke about. Release and surrender. You release all of that anger, that envy, that jealousy, and all of that crapola stuff is one of my favorite expressions that most of us come with. And by the way, if you haven't heard me say it, I'm saying it now because it's part of my DNA. It came with a lot of baggage. And that's why I do this work that I'm doing now. A lot of baggage. I've spent my entire life, been on the planet a long time, and plan to be here a lot longer. That said, my faith, my hope, and my belief was so distorted because I had no clue about who Joy Ruffen -Oak was really. So all of the time that I spent getting to know me, it wasn't about getting to control me. It was getting to know me and to manage. How many times have you heard me say this? My emotions. Even with this Capricorn moon, I am very, very emotional. So I had to learn to breathe and take it in. It's not about control. It's about learning to manage them. To say, whoops, here comes that. And then take a step back and breathe and start over. Because if you don't begin emotional healing emotional security and intelligence of knowing who you are and doing any and everything. That's why I'm starting this new platform on this new show on this platform, is because I see that so many want to know more. And most of us need to hear it from other people. Sometimes you know it, but it resonates when you hear somebody else say, oh my, that was really clever. How did you come up with that? And then you think about it. It's always been there. We all need each other. There is no doing anything all by yourself. That's why this word community, and that's why when I said to you, these 5 groups that I belong to, I'm going to post them and just pray that if you're not a member, you'll go and join and put the link there that you can go, because community, it goes in this order: family first, always. I ought to do a topic on that at some point in time. Maybe I will. And then it's relationships, all relationships, every type of relationship. And that leads to community. Those 3 are the main 3 for no matter what it is that you're doing in life. And that said, you want to be sure that you're managing yourself first before you step into any community. And sometimes when you step into different communities, people there will attempt to control you. They'll want you to do everything the way that they want you to do it. And even if they might be right, you're going to add your twist and your flavor. I love your flavor, your flair, and your fit. That's what good leadership is all about. You take their wisdom, you take their guidance, and then you adapt it to what feels. Oh, and this feeling emotional thing again. But you know the difference when it's right. You know when it's right. And if you don't, somebody will tell you, and then you'll look and say, whoops, I made a boo-boo, I made a mistake, and you go on forward. So I just want you, my friends, to be thinking deeply, deeply about control and manage. And I want you to take into that 3. I work in 3s and 5s. Power. Nothing wrong with power, but you want to be, if you're in leadership and you're about building your empire, your community, you're about being power-filled, F-I-L-L-E-D. This guy ignited my spirits when I heard him say that, because I knew it was right. And I knew the people that I work with and I'm around, how they enable me and ignite something in me. And that's what we all want to do with the people that we serve, giving them the value and the benefit of our knowledge, our wisdom, and our expertise, but igniting something in them that's already there, just waiting to be awakened. Oh, I could go on and on and on. I don't brown nose. I don't kissy up. I don't sugarcoat. I speak my truth, not to control, but just to share. And that said, I hope that you enjoyed this conversation. I guess it wasn't a conversation. It was a one-sided conversation. But however you go about it, go about being the best of you. Get to know the essence and the core, all that is within you. And whatever you do, join me tomorrow night. For those of you who don't know, let me end with this. I love laughter. I come from a family of jokesters, and they love to tell jokes and everything. And I would sit there and I would just be cracking up. And I used to tell one, and they would say, oh, Joy, sit down. I don't have that gene, but I love laughter. And tomorrow night, I have a beautiful lady who's going to come and share with us a lot about her life story, which is fascinating. So join us tomorrow night. And until then, my friends, I leave you as I always do. I leave you with much, much love. From my heart to your heart, take it, embrace it. Be well, stay safe. Much love, my friends. See you soon, like tomorrow night. Cheers.